Welcome back, everyone. Thank you for joining us again on M-Link, on YouTube, of course. We're here at the 2017 OCAA Championships, being brought to you, presented by belairdirect, and actually taking place at the David Braley Athletic and Recreation Center, debarked for locals here at Mohawk College. We're going to be bringing you the Mohawk Mountaineers. Bit of a home game for them here, and we actually have quite the crowd showing up for the Mountaineers tonight as well. But they're going to be in tough against the Sheridan Bruins on the other side. Bruins 9-9 on the year, squeezing into the OCAAs with a victory over the 11-7 Canadore on the east side a little earlier this week. And they're going to be in tough, in my opinion, against the 16-2 Mohawk Mountaineers, who have an incredible lineup. But again, stranger things have happened, Connor. I'm going to be Nick Sahami covering play-by-play again, and as I just kind of gave you away a bit there.
You gave the surprise away, Nick. It's Connor McVeigh, as always, on his side. You know, the Robin to this man's Batman.
Right, yeah, we're going to have an exciting matchup here today, but I have to give a shout out to those viewers who've been with us all day here on M-Link as we brought you the first quarterfinal games earlier. Straight set victory by Fanshawe, which was followed by a nail-biter between Redeemer and Durham. Lords taking the win. And if you were tuned in at 6 p.m., we saw a 3-1 victory for the undefeated Georgian College. But as mentioned, we're now bringing you those local Mountaineers, and we're going to be facing off against the Bruins. But the one thing I want to cover here is, can OCAA Men's Volleyball Player of the Year, number 9, Trevor McLaughlin, continue his strong play, as he's only one of 2 CCAA All-Canadians, along with Liam Gray of Georgian College, from the OCAA side, of course.
Who had an unbelievable game today, Nick.
Gray did have a great game last game. You know, they were in tough against the Hawks. The East Division sometimes a little bit easier, I guess, in a sense, to the West, but that wasn't the case in the last one, as the Georgian Grizzlies actually came back down one set to the Hawks and took the next straight 3. But we're going to dive right into this matchup here with number 4 Spack setting up for serve for the Mountaineers. Should be an exciting matchup, to say the least, here. But Spack already looking to set it up there, and a big one for Girard. That's how you start your game. Number 4, Chris Spack, the second-team All-Star. And honestly, this is a team of All-Stars on the Mountaineers side. You have McLaughlin, who's first team, and as mentioned, OCAA Men's Volleyball Player of the Year. And you have Girard, second team, Delguidice, second team, but we get this next serve from Spack up. And a good dig out on the back line there, but Spack looking for Delguidice, and Delguidice getting it going as well, too. If Girard, Delguidice, and McLaughlin get going early, this could be a quick one here for the Mountaineers.
The crowd's getting into it too, Nick. I love it.
This has been the most full I've personally seen the debark myself. We definitely have quite the audience here to come and check out their Mountaineers. But hey, let's not take away from these Bruins yet, as they have a couple big players here, but a big block there.
Great start here from Mohawk. Up 3 real early on.
Yeah, there's a big block there. Cody Charlton, the third-year player from Wallaceburg, has proven to be a bit of an X factor here for Coach Matt Schnarr on the Mountaineers side. As everyone knows, Delguidice, Girard, and McLaughlin, but Charlton's a name you're going to have to know too now. But here, good dig on the other side as Spack took that from McGurr. And Delguidice put that.
He gets up there.
He put that literally into the chest of number 8, Ricky Davids there, the second-year player. And that was a big one. That Bruins player, he almost got.
This is going to be an entertaining game today, Nick.
Well, we got a high-flying team here on the Mountaineers side of Spack, finding some success early on here from serve. But on the other side, there you have it. You're going to call that in, right? Looked in over here. Actually, no, out of bounds there. A big point for the Mountaineers, keeping this crowd excited and happy early on in this first set. And we're going to see an early timeout already here with the Mountaineers. Up 5-0. No surprise indeed, as the Bruins are already reeling here. And Coach Frank Pento, the second-year coach, taking a quick timeout here to try and get his team maybe a little under control here.
Calm down the nerves in front of this Mohawk crowd, Nick. They are wild up.
You picked me up there perfectly. Calm down the nerves. Exactly. We got a lot of fans here. And again, when you're already playing the high-flying Mountaineers who are 16-2, you're going to have to use those timeouts effectively to stop that momentum, which we'll have to commend the Sheridan coach. I think he did just that here. But a couple of players we'll have to highlight on the Bruins side. We got number 2, Dela Cruz, as we can see actually right in here, though, Matt Schnarr getting into his team early on. The one thing I love about Schnarr, his intensity, regardless of if the score is 20-5 or if they're down 20 points, his intensity is always the same. He expects and wants the best out of his players.
And he gets the best.
And this is a big tournament for Schnarr, as he will actually be leaving his position as head coach for the men's side and continuing on the women's side only here for Mohawk College, as he's been the men's coach for 9 years now, and 9 years of success in the OCAAs as they've medaled every year, those Mountaineers. But here now on the other side, a big kill there. Number 2, Dela Cruz, really getting up there, and you're going to hear that name a lot today. Dela Cruz and Jhajj are the 2 big players.
He can do it all, can't he?
Yeah, nice name like Dela Cruz too, easy to call. Christian Dela Cruz, the 3rd-year player. And this team doesn't have a lot of height. One of the taller players at 5'11", and we've seen that take effect early on here. But we'll see if these Bruins can combat this height of the Mountaineers, as we had Girard and Charlton get up there. Sorry, McLaughlin and Charlton, and right back there, Spack setting it up for CCAA. All-Canadian McLaughlin, and a big one there. Big spike and a big 6-1 lead here early on for the Mountaineers as McLaughlin sets up for serve. The 5th-year player, the veteran and captain here for these Mountaineers, has been an incredible presence all year. You know he wants to finish his career strong with a gold medal in these OCAAs, but with that power serve there, we're going to see it go right into the net and air, and now we're actually going to see the Bruins take the service game here with Dela Cruz looking to set it up. Dela Cruz going to get that up and over as it's dug on the back line by McGurr. Spack is going to get a little too over the line there, I think.
He's getting a little excited, a little jumpy.
A little excited there, but when you're number 4, Chris Spack, 2nd-team All-Star, you lead the team in assists, you can afford to get a little excited, I think. And now Dela Cruz with his 2nd straight serve here. Nice and easy. And there's Jhajj with a big one, but a nice dig from McGurr. And on the other side, Girard, but Dela Cruz digging out Girard's attempt. Right back here is Girard going to just put a nice easy volley up, and there's Spack finding Delguidice, but in a nice dig again from Dela Cruz on the back line, but not going to keep that in bounds. And a big point there, as you can hear, this crowd is amped up to say the least. Now we're going to see number 6, Cody Charlton, set up for serve on the Mountaineer side. As you can see Coach Schnarr there, you're going to see him pretty much most of the game, almost on the court, as he likes to do a lot of his coaching and dictating from that side. But here on the other side, we're going to see now Jhajj, a big block though on him. And on the other side, another big block up front there. Delguidice coming together. And then on the other side, a good dig on the back line for McLaughlin as Spack finds it on the other side. But I think we're going to see the violation on the Mountaineers. Yes, we will. Mitch McFadden was ready to high fly at number 14 for that one. But with that violation, now point back to the Bruins here, down 7-4 early on in this first set. As we see number 10, Chris Adams, get that serve over. Dug out by McLaughlin. A nifty little play there from 1st-team All-Star Mitch McFadden. Decided to take matter into his own hands there, and he found the open court on the Bruins side, and a big point as they've doubled up the Bruins early on here in this first set. These Bruins are really going to need Dela Cruz and Jhajj to really step up. And number 9, Justin Kong, with almost 600 assists on the year. That offense runs through him. There's a big kill there from number 6, but not going to work on the other side. My goodness gracious.
Surprise.
I think McLaughlin threw on his jetpack there. Holy goodness. We're going to check this replay. I think we may see a jetpack on the back of McLaughlin there. Just high flying using that Spack. Beautiful set and volley, and a big kill there as now we get
long arms, wingspan.
Gets up there, and Delguidice on the other side now with a nice serve. Good dig out there from McGurr. Bruins scrambling a little bit here now just to get it over, but going to be too much there for Jhajj, and his body taking him into the moorings as well too. So regardless of whether that went in, we're going to see the point go over to the Mountaineers. They have a massive 10-4 lead here early on, and we're going to see another early timeout here from the 2nd-year head coach Frank Pinto on the Sheridan Bruins side. So, Connor, one thing we have to mention is we talked about a little bit here, Dela Cruz, Jhajj, a couple of the big players for the Bruins. You know, I kind of thought here that Sheridan, you know, not necessarily showcasing my thoughts here early on, but I thought they might be able to provide the first upset of the day. You know, the Hawks earlier looked like a potential, but they obviously weren't able to take that one. And then, of course, Redeemer won the first 2 sets against Durham Lords, but they also fell eventually, too. So we have a team here, 9-9, the Sheridan Bruins going up tough against the 16-2 Mountaineers. I just had a bit of an inkling that we could maybe potentially see that first upset of the day here.
You know, Nick, you would think so. You know, Sheridan does have a pretty good team on paper. You got Justin Kong, 559 assists on the year, 91 digs. You know, he's a great player back there in the back. Dela Cruz up front with 182 kills. There definitely are a good team on paper, but coming up to this Mohawk team is a different beast. You know, these guys are good.
Yeah, they are definitely a beast, these Mountaineers, as we get Delguidice setting up for serve here. Dela Cruz going to dig that out, finding Kong, and a big kill attempt, but we're going to see the violation on everyone. Nope. Actually, yeah, a couple of the Mountaineers players. Looks like McFadden. Spack got a little too close there. And with that violation, we're going to see Jhajj now set it up for serve on the other side for the Bruins. But a big kill attempt there for Ricky Davids, number 8 on the Bruins side. But Jhajj with the serve, and here comes Delguidice.
Oh, he flies.
Somehow Jhajj digs that out. You know, Spack's going to be looking for Girard, and here he comes. Just out of bounds on that side, though. You can see these Mountaineers players, lots of smiles even when they make misses. Has to happen when you're high flying. I know if I could jump that high, Connor, I'd be pretty happy too.
I would never not have a smile on my face, Nick.
But a big point there for the Bruins, looking to stop the bleeding here as Jhajj is going to get lucky on that one, but a good dig out from Spack on the net. Going to force McLaughlin just to get it over. And then here on the other side now, David's taking that one from Kong, but an amazing block up front from McFadden. Now on the other side, did we see the deflection? No, yes we did. Deflection off number 6 there, Macaulay Ross up front. One of the couple taller players here. The tallest actually you're gonna see on the Bruins side is 6'3", which is a little surprising.
It's a short team, Nick.
Well, usually if everyone's 6'3", you're gonna have more, but they only have 3 players at that height, over 6 feet actually, so height isn't their advantage here. But now we see a good dig out on Jhajj there. Spack looking to set up McLaughlin, who's caught on his back foot, so he's just going to put it over. And there's Kong finding Dela Cruz, but McFadden, the first team All-Star, showcasing why he is exactly that up front. A big one-on-one block right there. And Girard now looking to set it up for serve as these Mountaineers have stretched a lead, again doubling up these Bruins, 12-6 early on in this first set. Nice dig for Dela Cruz. Kong with a nifty play, but Delguidice saw that all the way. Here comes That was a nice pass from Spack to Girard, but a good dig on the other side. Davids tried to just get that over the defenders, but here comes Spack to McLaughlin. A nice dig on the back line for Jhajj as he gets that to Lasala. So that was Butcherette, the rookie. And going to see some one-on-one play there, but we're going to see the violation on number 8, Davids, as he hit the moorings on that attempt, and a big point again over to the Mountaineers, now stretching this lead even further here. But one thing we have to highlight, number 13, Butcherette, is actually the West Division Rookie of the Year on the Bruins side, has 130 digs on the year, so you know he's a big defensive presence, 190 digs on the year. We'll have to see if he can showcase those skills here today against these high-flying Mountaineers. A nice dig on the back, though, by Lasala. Here comes Lasala, high-flying himself, but a violation for sure. They're going to be on the Mountaineers side. Yeah, Spack going to have to corral his body a little bit better there as he's looking to try and compensate for the height disadvantage he has up front. Compensating a little too much, I think, there. As, again, you have to use good body control up front at that net or you'll get called for that violation quite easily. But now on the other side, Lasala with his second straight serve. Here comes Spack to McFadden. A lot of people, I think, were looking at the other side for McLaughlin, but McFadden sneaking right up behind. And we got to check that one again. Mitch McFadden, number 14, throwing that down with power, as we can see here. A lot of the eyes looking the other way, and it's going to not be the right move for the Bruins, and a great move for Mitch McFadden there as he sets it up for serve. And he's going to be just out of bounds there on that one, and with that unforced error, we're going to see loss of serve and point over to the Bruins now. Now Macaulay Ross serving again here. You got Ross, Jhajj, Lasala on the court, rounding it out, of course, with number 11, Lamb. But here we are on the other side. McLaughlin going to get up. Going to be just out of bounds, though. But along with Lamb, we have Dela Cruz, number 2. And we have number 10, Chris Adams, out there for your Bruins. And on the other side, you have your usual Spack, Charlton, McLaughlin, Girard, McGurr, and Delguidice. But Girard getting that dig up to Spack, and Charlton deflects off his own leg there, and Spack almost saved that, but another point here for the Bruins as they found some momentum here and able to dig into this lead a little bit now, bringing it down to 14-10. The Bruins quieting this crowd a little bit here so far, actually. But here's Spack now going to be looking for McLaughlin. And that's exactly what you're going to need from these Mountaineers. And that's exactly what they're going to give you time and time again. And now as they get the service game back here, we're going to see Spack set it up once again here. Spack found some great success in his first service game. But on the back line there, Girard not able to dig that one out. And number 10, Adams, going to get the kill down there. Nice spike. And with that, we're going to see number 9, Kong, setting it up here for serve for the Bruins. Spack now looking on the other side for Delguidice. Little flat-footed there, good dig from Buccieri. Now on the other side, Dela Cruz going to face the dig of McGurr. And here comes, here comes McLaughlin.
Oh, his power is something.
You know, McLaughlin was named, as mentioned, the OCAA Men's Volleyball Player of the Year, and you can see exactly why. Not only is the all-time leader in kills, but he averaged a team-best 4.1 points per set in 16 matches this year. And now on the other side, here comes Dela Cruz meeting the wall of Charlton and Girard there. And Kong looking to set it up for Jhajj on the other side, and Jhajj not going to be able to find it. Actually, they do call that inbounds there. It looked like it may have been just out. But a big point there for Jhajj as he took that volley from Kong. We're going to need Justin Kong for the Bruins to really step up if these Sheridan Bruins are looking to do some damage against these Mountaineers, as we're going to have Spack setting it up again here. But a good dig on the back end by Buccieri. McGurr with his own dig there as Spack does find it. Girard a little flat-footed, and on that, not going to find the height or angle needed. And another point here for the Bruins, as they have been able to go a little back and forth here, Connor, it seems, and they brought this back now, only down 3.
Yeah, Nick, we said it. They have a good team. They do. If someone's having an upset, someone's going to give an upset today. It's the Sheridan team for sure.
Well, Dela Cruz will be one of those big reasons if that happens with the serve over here. Little one-on-one play at the net. Girard going to get beat, but Mountaineers do get it back. Delguidice there with a huge kill. Going to get blocked by, oh my goodness, Buccieri, how did he come up with that defensive dig? Let's see if they can still come through, but the Mountaineers stick with it.
Twice.
Goodness gracious. Hopefully our replay people are listening. We definitely have to see that Buccieri dig in the future. Goodness. And that is why he is the West Division Rookie of the Year, in my opinion. Even though the Mountaineers did get that point, you have to be excited. And we're going to check it right here. A massive kill attempt here from Delguidice, and he puts it right down there. But now on the other side here, we're going to see Jhajj pick it up. Kong now looking on the other side. Oh, not going to get the dig out there for the Mountaineers. And the Sheridan Bruins here with another point, and they're going to get the service game back here. And we're going to see now number 10, Adams, setting up for serve. The Bruins down just 3 here in this first set. But here comes Spack to Girard. And oh, he forced that one through the wall of Jhajj. And number 6, Ross, they were no match for him there. We're going to see now Delguidice look to stretch this lead out here. 18-14 for the Mountaineers. Nice and easy serve up for Delguidice as Dela Cruz digs it out. Kong with a tough one there as it's just going to go over, and Spack with a nifty little play. The facilitator Spack, as we've seen in the last regular season of the game, taking advantage of the open court on those easy plays when they're expecting him to volley it up for the next shot. Delguidice here. Here comes Kong to Jhajj, and this time McLaughlin not able to dig that one out, and Jhajj with a big kill there. And a good spike in point as we now see the Bruins take service game back again, down just 4, 19-15. These 9-9 Bruins surprising these 16-2 Mountaineers, I think, a little, but here comes Spack to McFadden. Goodness gracious. They should just stop passing it to anyone else, Connor. Mitch McFadden is on today.
The McFadden team, eh? He has been great.
Yeah, a couple of Mitches on this team. Actually, sorry, the one Mitch McFadden, and then Matt McGurr, who I sometimes make the mistake of calling Mitch. But Mitch McGurr just sounds so good. But on the other side, we're going to pick it back up here. Now we have Girard to Spack. And again, Spack to McFadden. Look at how amped up McFadden is there.
He has been on fire today.
Some of those viewers who caught Gibbs a little earlier, McFadden giving him a run for his money there. Getting pumped up.
Only 84 kills in the season for McFadden. He has been on fire tonight.
Yeah, a little surprising personally that he did actually get added as a first-team All-Star, but when you watch him play, you can see he's definitely,
no surprise.
He's an energy guy, so he may not necessarily have the most points, but he is definitely a reason these Mountaineers come out strong, and you're seeing it here as Girard gets this serve over. Dela Cruz returning that, as it's going to be volleyed up for Kong, but out of bounds there for number 6, Ross.
This Mohawk team starting to run away with it, Nick.
Yep, they're coming up close now, up 8, 23-15. Finding the momentum at the perfect time as we're going to get a string of substitutions here on the Sheridan Bruins side as Dela Cruz is going to come off. And we're going to see number 5, Flavio Polo, come on. We'll also see Kong come off. And what that we'll see is number 3, Maurizio White, come on, the first-year rookie out of Mississauga. But here comes Girard. And a beautiful service ace there, and that's going to set up the set point here, 24-15 in this first set now.
These Mohawk boys are wild up, Nick.
And now we're going to see second-team All-Star Eric Girard here looking to take this first set. We see another substitution. We're going to see Jhajj come out and number 11, Kevin Lamb, come in, the fourth-year player for the Bruins. This team of All-Stars coming up clutch in this first set. Maybe not so clutch there, as Girard going to get
that power serve.
Unforced there. You knew Girard wanted to finish that set right there with the ace. And with that, they're going to give the Bruins a little tiny bit of light here. But it is still a big lead at 8 here for the Bruins to combat late in this first set. Technically still set point here for the Mountaineers. And what a beautifully lucky play from Lasala. He'll take that any day, I'm sure. And now Lasala setting up here for his second straight serve. Lasala taking his time here. And just like that, you're going to see the Mountaineers take this first set handedly, 25-17, showcasing the reason why they are the second best team this year in the West Division of the OCAAs and why they're going to be shooting for gold here on home court at the D-Bark. But with that first set down, we're going to also kick it to Ryla shortly, but first we're going to check some highlights, I believe. But Connor, who was your big player there from the Mountaineer side?
The Mountaineers, we've had some great players up front all around, but surprise, surprise, Girard, McLaughlin, been great so far. Spack, been great. 503 assists on the year, no surprise, he's been great. Delguidice too has been pretty big so far for this Mohawk team.
Awesome, so we're gonna definitely check out some highlights here from the first set as well too. But I definitely have to attest to your knowledge there, Connor. Lots of All-Stars here on the Mountaineer side. We'll cover that after we check these highlights. Jhajj running into the Mountaineers wall. And another quick point there, though, as the Sheridan Bruins halfway through the set did seem to figure out the Mountaineers a little bit. And then right there, though, Butcherette not able to come up with that. And Butcheriette, sorry, the rookie of the year. And on that one, another dig for Girard, not going to work out. But you'll see here.
Look at the spin on that.
Nice
this Mohawk team is just, you can't pick a favorite.
They love their jump serves.
Of all-stars.
Love them. But now what we're going to do is we're going to throw it to Ryla for some more. What do you got for us, Ryla?
Before the game, I talked to Mohawk's very own Matt Schnarr, and I also talked to Sheridan's Frank Pinto about how they're feeling going into the game today. Both coaches are feeling great, and they said, you know what, we're prepared, we're ready, we've been practicing a lot. And so far, Mohawk has been able to take on the lead in the first set. Matt was mentioning that, you know, they're leaving the game on the court tonight. They want to do their best and they want to play the best, but at the same time, they're also here to have fun. So we'll just have to see how the rest of the game goes. Back to you guys at the desk.
Well, thank you very much for that, Ryla. Some great insights there. And definitely, if you're on the Mohawk side, you have such a plethora of talent. McLaughlin, first team All-Star, Girard, second team, Delguidice, second team, Spack, second team, McFadden, first team. They could literally field a team of All-Stars technically. And on the other side, though, the Bruins no slouches, as you do have Dela Cruz leading the way for his team. Justin Kong, as you touched upon there, Connor, earlier, a big facilitator, one of the bigger setters for his team with over 500 assists, I believe.
560 on the season.
Not bad, but the big one, as I mentioned, who I think is going to have to really showcase his skills here for his team to have any chance at surprising these Mountaineers, and that's number 13, Butcheriette, the West Division Rookie of the Year. And he's got the libero jersey on, defensive specialist for a reason, and that's because with 190 digs on the year, leading the team quite handedly in that category. And again, as a rookie, a little surprising to see a coach trust such a high-level position like libero to a rookie. So you know Butcheriette definitely has the skill for Pinto, but we'll have to see if
the Sheridan team is a young team, Nick. They have they have 7 rookies.
Compared to just a few on the Mountaineer side.
Mohawk is 2 rookies.
You're right.
To Sheridan's 7.
But as you have to be excited, though, Mitch McFadden is one of those rookies on the Mountaineer side. But like you did touch upon, the Bruins should definitely be very excited for their near future here, regardless of how they play in these OCAAs, because they have a very strong young team. As we get number 2 Dela Cruz setting up for serve here to start this second set. Now McGurr digging it up. Here comes Delguidice, high flying right away. But a good dig out on the backside there for the Bruins. Here comes McGurr up to Spack. And there's Delguidice with a push. But a nice little defensive volley there from Butcheriette. And on the other side, somehow dug out from Spack as Girard's going to find, McLaughlin going to find that, Going to be out of bounds there from Girard. They're looking for the tip. Not going to get it though. But still an incredible dig on that back line. But we now see the Bruins jump out to a 1-0 lead here early on. Their first lead, technically, of this early match. But here comes Spack. Oh, and there comes, you guessed it, number 9, Trevor McLaughlin. A massive kill there. I may actually be tired of the word kill by today, just because we've had some high-flying action so far, Connor. And now
a lot of power today, Nick.
These Mountaineers are continuing that trend. Whew. Didn't land in.
Well, too much power on that one.
As we said, they got the power, that's for sure. No shortage of that. Sometimes on serve, maybe a little too much power, though. But now here the Bruins with a slim 2-0 lead here as Ross setting this up. Ross now, here comes Spack to Charlton, but Charlton going to be just out of bounds there. The Bruins stretching this early lead now, 3-1. And I know if I'm Frank Pinto, I'm a little excited here. As this team has quieted this Mountaineers crowd. But right coming back is Charlton to get the man back up again. And with that, they're gonna take serve back right away here. Early on in this second set, and we're now gonna see Charlton set it up on the end line for the Mountaineers. And here comes the serve from Charlton. Just gets it over there as Lasala does dig it out. And here back to Lasala from Jhajj. But now here comes Spack to Girard. And Girard putting that one right through Kong. Kong waving his finger a little bit there. Not sure whether that's at himself or maybe at the fact that he would never expect himself to stop that one. And now on the other side, Charlton with his second straight serve here as the Mountaineers look to take their first lead of this early second set. But here you go now, Lasala gonna get it back here from Kong, and Lasala gonna be actually out of bounds, but the deflection on the Mountaineers player there, so we'll see the point go to the Sheridan Bruins, and we're gonna see Jhajj look to set it up here on the end line for those Bruins. Bruins sticking it tough here so far with the Mountaineers. Little back and forth play to start this second set. But here you go, Spack gonna go to the other side to Delguidice. And Delguidice just gonna hang there till the ball comes to the perfect apex where he needs it to be, and a big kill there. Ethan Delguidice, one of the strongest players I've seen here on the Mountaineer side, with the height on those jumps, but a nice serve here. But on the other side, Lasala just gonna be forced to put that over. You guessed it, Spack setting it up again, and there's Spack to McFadden. Chris Spack showcasing why he is a second-team All-Star here. And as Connor touched upon, over 500 assists on the year. Here's Delguidice again. Lasala though. Kong and Jhajj not going to get that. Somehow it's going to get saved there from McGurr, and an even better save from Spack. It almost landed on the line there. Dela Cruz wisely letting that go for the Bruins. But some good defensive play here from both teams early on in this second set. Bruins coming in on a 3-game winning streak here, trying to extend that as we get Spack looking to set it up again for Girard. And this time, Rookie of the Year, Bucciaretti not able to dig that one out.
That had a lot of power on it, Nick. It's hard to dig those ones out.
I want to say, you know, when you're the Rookie of the Year and that's your biggest skill, you got to get those, but I'm here watching them. I have to say, I don't know if anyone could stop that. But here you're going to see now, Dela Cruz going to get it back from Jhajj. Dela Cruz finding some height quickly there, but a good dig from McGurr. Back on the other side though, potentially going out of bounds, but Bucciaretti maybe understanding that last one he didn't get, trying to get that one, and going to deflect it out of bounds even further. And now we're going to see Girard set it up for serve here with the Mountaineers, jumping out to a small 7-5 lead here. But there comes Girard now, a massive service ace there. Jhajj trying to corral that one, but a little too much power from Girard as he got perfect height and perfect angling on that ball as it came down into the Bruins court. We're going to see Girard set it up again here. Girard, one of the players that enjoys the big toss, but a little too much power there again from the Mountaineer side.
He likes those powerful serves, and Nick, he gets them going.
He's actually a player as well too that doesn't take a break from them. You'll see Delguidice, McLaughlin, they have the big power serves too, but some points they just go to get the ball in. Not Girard's play. Girard's play though is every time I'm going for power. And we're gonna see actually the foot violation there, so McFadden actually with the violation on that. And with the loss of serve and point over to the Bruins, they have a chance here to tie it up again here early on with Ross now getting the serve in. But there's Girard, Spack, and Delguidice. Goodness gracious. Wow. Jhajj tried to get that, but it deflected about 40, 50 feet up into the air.
That ball went flying.
Pretty much into the crowd on the backside there. A massive kill. And a big point again here from the Mountaineers as they do swipe that service game right back here, and we now have McFadden, another one of those players with a massive jump serve, but there's Bucciaretti showcasing why he's that Rookie of the Year. And on the other side, Spack getting a little cheeky there, but not going to get called. And then Dela Cruz there running into the wall of Charlton, and Spack going to try again, and this time going to run into the wall of the net. Dela Cruz maybe getting a little fatigued here as he's been essentially one of the only players that Jhajj and other players are targeting for kill attempts, and that one of the shorter players
he's
here
little too. He gets up there.
He definitely can get up there, but here comes McFadden again. McFadden with an amazing serve on that, potentially going out of bounds though. But Bucciaretti deciding to go for it, not going to get it, and we're now going to have to see a quick little wipe up of Bucciaretti's sweat as he landed on the ground there from that dive. And after this quick little break, we're going to see the Mountaineers playing a little bit of footy here, having a bit of fun it seems. But now back here, we're going to see McFadden finding some success on his service game here, looking to extend this lead even further here now at 11-7. Oh, a little too much power here, and that's been the only thing keeping these Mountaineers from running away with this second set, unforced errors. Back on the other side, we're now going to have Kong look to set up for serve for the Bruins. Kong gets it over. And right back there, unforced error for unforced error. And with that one, now we're going to see service game return back to the Mountaineers. And we're going to see Spack set up for his third service game here now. And Spack finding lots of success in his first couple of service attempts here. But now a dig from Dela Cruz to Bucciaretti, and on the other side, a big block on Jhajj's attempt, but out of bounds there. Charlton Delguidice not able to deflect that inbounds. And with that now, the Bruins still sticking in tough here in this second set, down only 3, as they reel off a couple of straight points there. You see this, you can hear this audience trying to add their own little flavor and maybe offset the momentum Bruins are trying to build up. But here comes Dela Cruz with a big one there, and Dela Cruz flying.
He gets up there for a little
Putting
man.
that one down through Delguidice and Charlton. A couple of big boys there. But Dela Cruz here, gonna unforced error. And if you're on the Bruins side, you can't have those unforced errors happen, especially when you're almost bringing back the game to a tie. And just like that, what could have been a 1-point game, we now see a 3-point game. And we see McLaughlin setting up for serve here. McLaughlin just gonna go for the easy serve, but gonna be out of bounds even on the easy one. And now that's gonna result in Chris Adams here, setting up for serve for the Bruins. The Bruins down just a couple here. Adams gets it up and over, and Girard gonna dig that out to no one. As Charlton came a running for it, but no one gonna be able to corral that. Girard a little frustrated there, but he's gonna have to move on quick, as now these Bruins are down just
Sheridan
1 point.
team's staying in it, Nick.
They've adjusted, and they've adjusted well, it seems. But here comes Spack to, Spack to Girard. Even though they were able to get the deflection, he's still inbounds there. And a big point here now.
My boy Ben Tonin with the serve.
Yes, Ben Tonin, a big player here for the Mountaineers. He was actually out for a few weeks back in January with a concussion, so you know they're very happy to have him back these last few matches. And they've been able to get him settled down here, but we're gonna see a big kill on the other side. Lasala getting that one in, just barely there. And again, a 1-point game here as we're gonna get Jhajj setting up for serve now on the Bruins side. Jhajj gonna get it up. Jhajj with the serve. Girard with a decent dig, but here comes back to Girard from Spack. And Dela Cruz gonna get the miss hit on that one.
Big kill by the Bruins there.
The Bruins able to bring this one back again to just a 1-point game here, and these Bruins sticking in tough, as mentioned, with these Mohawk Mountaineers in this second set. And Lasala now going to get this serve up here. A big point, as these Bruins can tell they can taste the second set tie coming up. But let's see if the Mountaineers got anything to say, and Delguidice has just that.
He gets up there and he drives that ball down.
Just when the Bruins are able to build a little bit of momentum, all it takes is one massive spike from the Mountaineers to just totally kill that, literally. But now here, Girard gonna force Dela Cruz to get it to Kong, back to Dela Cruz, and Dela Cruz gonna be able to get that one over. I don't know how this 5'11" man is able to dominate these frontline players. It's too bad if they had 2 Dela Cruzes, they may actually be able to take down these Mountaineers. But hey, let's not take too much away from these Bruins. They are sticking in tough, as mentioned, 16-15. Still looking for that tie, as Spack's gonna get it to McFadden. Lasala gonna dig that out, and now gonna get saved from Jhajj. Here now we get McGurr to Spack, and there's Delguidice, and he's gonna get that one down. You can tell they were actually expecting that one to go to McFadden with a little quick volley, but instead they set up the big one for Delguidice, and he gets that down, as we're gonna check this one out again here quickly, as we get a quick little substitution here. But we can check that beautiful one from Spack, and Delguidice just doing what he does best. But now we're gonna see number 16 Walczak get that up. And with that, it's gonna be point over to the Bruins. Jesse Walczak, one of the only other players that facilitates offense when it comes to assists compared to Spack. I believe he's actually at about 135. Yes, 135 assists on the year, but Walczak.
Those big biceps, Nick.
Yeah, he's definitely one of the more jacked volleyball players I've seen, but here you're gonna have McLaughlin with a big one there. Dug from Lasala. Charlton gonna try again, but an even better dig there from Bucciaretti. Now on the other side, here comes Dela Cruz running into the wall of Charlton and Spack.
Gets up there though. You gotta give that guy credit.
As mentioned, I have to feel for him in the sense that he's predominantly the only player that's being fed here, because Jhajj is on the right side, on the outside, hit left side, sorry. But Dela Cruz is on all sides of the court here, and you can tell he really is that team leader. And now it's going to go over, as mentioned, to Jhajj on the other side, and there we go. It's almost as if he was listening. He's going to say, don't worry, guys. I'm not going to force Dela Cruz to do everything here tonight. And a big point there here is, again, the Bruins bringing this back now to 1 point again. Dela Cruz here, listening to the pressure of the crowd. But here comes Spack. Here comes Girard. Going to be out of bounds, but did we get the deflection? And we did. And with that deflection, going to be a big point over to the Mountaineers as they stop the Bruins' momentum again, with McLaughlin setting up for serve again. McLaughlin leading the team with 26 service aces. 26% of the service aces for the Mountaineers as well, as they had 99 on the year. But not going to matter there. McLaughlin not able to dig the Jhajj attempt, and Jhajj going to get that one down. And again, these Bruins not going away. 19-18 here, Connor. What can they do to get over that hump?
You know, they got to get these rookies playing like they can play. You know, again, you said it earlier in these games, the nerves sometimes kicks in for these rookies, and if the rookies can calm their nerves down, I think we can see an upset, Nick.
Well, right there we had Kong try and get his team back into it even further, but as Ryla got in the action a bit there, she can attest to that one going out of bounds. We're going to see now the serve go back to the Mountaineers, and this is crunch time for them. They're going to either keep trading points back and forth and give the Bruins a chance, or they're going to take the chance here and try and run away with it. But there's a good one from Ross. And it's dug there from Charlton. On the other side, Delguidice going to get that one down, as I had to protect my face quickly there. But Delguidice with a big point there, and we're going to see now a timeout on the other side for the Bruins. A smart timeout, as we are at crunch time in the second set with the Mountaineers up 21-18. You can see the Mountaineers definitely, I think, having a bit of fun. Quite a few players bouncing around there.
They look good. They look loose.
You know, we touched upon it earlier. Mohawk had an incredible year, sitting at 16-2. They were just behind Fanshawe at 17-1. Fanshawe's lone loss on the year was actually to the Mountaineers early on as well. And on the Mountaineers side, their only losses on the year was a shocker to Redeemer right here. But we're going to check in with Ryla here for some more action from Delguidice. Well, actually, we're having some technical difficulties there, so as you can see here,
Delguidice is sitting at 161 kills and continues to show us why he's one of Mohawk's starting players. Staying at 6'6", we see Delguidice with lots of blocks, and he has a total of 294 attacks. This is his second and last year playing for Mohawk, which is why we see Delguidice giving us all that he has tonight. He has been such a beneficial player, and we can see why tonight, and we're going to continue to see why as the rest of the game proceeds.
Good-looking kid too, Nick.
Definitely, actually work out of the debark myself, and I know he also works here for the gym, so you know he's everywhere, it seems, for these Mountaineers, literally. But we're going to get right back in with the Charlton serve, and it's not going to matter for Jhajj, as he's going to put that one down. A big point here. It's exactly what they needed coming out of that timeout, and now 21-19. They're looking to bring it back again to just 1 point if they can get this next one. So there comes Jhajj. Going to get lucky there, just over. Spack with a one-on-one ball, but Spack going to get called for the violation there, as he was over the net, and with that one, again, just a 1 point game here. The Bruins knocking on the doorstep of these Mountaineers. Jhajj with a quick one up, a little bit of a hitch serve there. But here comes Delguidice, and Delguidice is going to be that momentum killer. But somehow Dela Cruz finds that, and Butcherietti going to get it over here for the Bruins. But here comes Delguidice again. But we're going to see the violation there, Spack, and we now have a tie game, 21 all here. And you can see the Bruins side getting pumped up. An exciting second set here, as these Bruins have seemed to crack the code of the Mountaineers after losing the first set handedly. But now Jhajj for a chance at the lead. As here comes Spack now, here comes Delguidice again, and there's the angle Delguidice wanted that first time. A big point there, and now the Mountaineers going to take this lead back here, as we see a quick substitution with Delguidice coming off, and we're going to see Max Anderson, the third-year player from Thunder Bay, coming on. You know, it's going to be
Anderson's good too, Nick.
Very good serve. You know, it's going to probably be a quick substitution here, where Delguidice will jump right back on after loss of serve. But let's see here if Anderson can maybe keep things rolling for his team. And Jhajj going to get that, forcing Butcherietti to get a tough defensive play there, and they're just going to be forced to put it over. But here comes Spack, right to McFadden, but somehow Jhajj gets it. Butcherietti looking for it, not going to be able to dive into the corner to get it. But goodness gracious, even fans way in the corner where they're getting involved now too. That was a big play there though, but we're going to see another timeout here with the Mountaineers up 23-21 late in this second set. But we're going to check out the replay on that big point there as well. You can see McFadden setting it up, got it to Spack, who gave it right back in. McFadden put it down, and somehow though, those Bruins were almost able to come up with that dig, Connor. Pretty incredible. That's the one thing I love about men's volleyball at the varsity level. Any part of the court here is part of the game.
The effort they put in is uncomparable.
Oh, it's incredible. I think my favorite parts of those digs is when you get a player having to actually run to the opposite side to get it back to the other side,
pulling
that
out
they
of the
can
crowd
still put
too.
it in. Good stuff here, but as we mentioned, a tough, close one in this second set here actually, and could be a little surprising as you can see into the Mountaineers timeout there. And the Mountaineers, their only losses on the year was a shocker to Redeemer right here at the D-Bark in November, which was followed up by a tough loss to Fanshawe in late January, but they haven't lost since. They've reeled off 6 straight wins leading into these OCAAs. So you know, if you're Matt Schnarr, you're trying to, I think, calm your team down and have them understand, just win. That's what you guys have been doing. That's all you have to keep doing here. But these Bruins may have something to say. But a big point coming up here for Anderson. Gets the serve, here comes Jhajj to, a big block there. Kong not able to get that one to Ross, as he did find that deflecting off his face, but good defense up front there with McFadden again coming through in the clutch, as we're gonna see the Mountaineers now with set point coming up here, up 24-21. And Max Anderson finding some success here off his service game. Up and over,
he has
gonna
those
be dug out of bounds, and right there you have it. The second set now, the Mountaineers up here. This one a little bit closer for the Bruins, 25-21, but the Mountaineers here now take the stranglehold here at the D-Bark, up 2-0. It's
gonna be hard to come back now, Nick. This Mohawk team is too good.
Yeah, we're gonna see the side switch here. I honestly don't think we're gonna be able to see the Bruins come back, but you never know. And as you can see the audience there, the crowd loving it. I'm pretty sure I saw a Chris Spack head, I believe.
There's a couple faces going around in the crowd.
Gotta love those big heads. It always adds to some fun for the audience. But we're gonna check some more highlights there from that last set, of course. A very close one, back and forth there, Connor, as the Mountaineers were in tough against those Bruins. And you can see here some good digs, but that one obviously going out of bounds. And on the other side, Spack, you're gonna hear that name over and over and over up the middle, as he loves to set it up for his team. Spack again to McFadden on that big one there, off the foot of Jhajj. Somehow, Butcherietti was almost able to get it. Now here on the other side, you'll see Dela Cruz running into the wall of Charlton and Spack over and over again. These Mountaineers showcasing exactly why they're one of the top teams in the OCAA and top 5 in the country. But as we mentioned though, there's no slouches on the Bruins side. I think we're gonna have to see number 13, Butcheriette, as mentioned many times here, West Rookie of the Year. And I'm gonna have to mention him a few more times as we dive into the actual huddle there. You can see Schnarr. And as I touched upon, Connor, the excitement, the intensity, constantly there.
Oh, I love this guy.
Even though his team is up 2-0.
Always.
And not to take away from Frank Pinto on the other side, but Schnarr is a 9-year veteran head coach. I think he understands really how to motivate his players, and that's something that Pinto may have to learn a little bit more as the years go on.
This Mohawk team's great, medaling. How many years in now? 4 or 5 years in a row?
I'm going to surprise you here. They've actually medaled every year that Matt Schnarr has been a head coach for the men's side.
Every year.
Yeah, but in 2013, 2014, they actually won the gold medal as well too. So you know they got their eyes on that gold, but they are going to have to go past these Bruins first. And after that, if they do manage to sneak the win here, regardless if it's the Bruins or the Mountaineers, they're going to be in tough against the undefeated Georgian Grizzlies tomorrow evening.
They look good today, Nick. They did.
But yeah, as mentioned, just want to say thank you again for our viewers for tuning into the 2017 OCAA Men's Volleyball Championships presented by belairdirect. We have a great matchup here, the last quarterfinal matchup of today. The Mountaineers in tough against the Bruins, but they have managed to jump ahead 2-0 with that nail-biting set point in that last one. And in case anyone is interested, just so you know, we do have a full slate tomorrow as well with games at 1, 3, 6, and 8. The first losing games from earlier today. Losers of game 1 and 2 will be playing at 1. Losers of games 3 and 4 at 3. And then the winners from games 1 and 2 at 6. And of course the winners from last game, Georgian, and this one at 8. But we're right back into this third set here. Lasala starting strong here for the Bruins. Lasala with a look back too there. A little bit of a on that one, I think. Trying to maybe amp up his team a little bit and at the same time maybe even intimidate the Mohawk Mountaineers if that's possible. We get it up here now. Adam's going to get it over and Delguidice going to get that one down, and Delguidice with the deflection off the Bruins. A big point there right away as they already steal service game back, and we're going to see McLaughlin now. McLaughlin, a very strong service game, usually as mentioned leading the team with 26 in the regular season. But here comes Lasala, but actually going to do the quick pass to Ross instead. Here on the other side, Delguidice with the miss hit and going to go out of bounds. Delguidice not able to corral that volley very well. I think he was anticipating in a different spot. And now we're going to see Jhajj setting it up here. Jhajj had some great success in that second set off service. But not going to matter there as we're going to see Girard put that one down handedly. We'll see a quick substitution here as we'll see McFadden come on for McGurr. And Charlton going to be setting up for serve here for the Mountaineers. Charlton taking his time here. Nice and easy serve up. Dug out from Jhajj, comes over to Lasala. Lasala going to get the point down there off the deflection of the Mountaineers. McFadden and Delguidice coming together on that one, but not able to keep it in bounds. Big point there for the Bruins again as they've started this third set very strong as well too, in comparison to that first set, but paralleling that second set, where it was back and forth. But here's Delguidice getting up there again, but a great dig from Lasala, but it's going to lead to an easy volley from Spack to Delguidice, but an amazing block there, but just out of bounds. Dela Cruz and Ross coming together on that one almost, but with it just squeaking out of bounds, we're going to see now Delguidice set up for serve for the Mountaineers. And this crowd getting excited again here. But there's Dela Cruz, you know he's going to take this one back. Boom, but going to be out of bounds there. I wonder if fatigue is going to be a factor for Dela Cruz here, Connor.
You would think so, Nick. He's been doing it all today so far for the Sheridan team, in terms of kills anyways. When
you have to jump that many times, you're going to get tired. But miscommunication there, but the Mountaineers going to get a little lucky, and they're going to get rewarded there. Girard taking that broken play and putting it down right into the corner of the Bruins court. We got some exciting stuff here. We're going to see now Girard setting up for serve. We even got Mo the Hawk out here tonight. That's how busy it is here at the D-Bar. Now on the other side, there it is. Ross coming back the other way. Number 10, Adam, putting that one through Girard there. And the Bruins not going away just yet as they do take this lead here early on in this third set, now 5-4. And here comes Justin Kong with the serve. McGurr and Spack having to fight hard to get that, keep it in, but a nice dig for Butcherietti. A little bit of a broken play there, but here comes Spack. Here comes McLaughlin, but here comes the wall. Boom, of Jhajj and number 10 Adams there. They need a lot more of that if these Bruins want to bring this game back close. And they're doing just that here though in this third set with their biggest lead here of 6-4. And just like that though, they're going to give it right back 6-5. And we're now just going to see with loss of serve, point to the Mountaineers, and McFadden setting up here.
He's been spectacular today so far, Nick. McFadden has been on fire.
Mitch McFadden, that first team All-Star, really showcasing his skills here today, especially up the middle, working well with Spack. But a massive serve there. Oh, that was nice. But great defense on the other side, though. And Butcherietti again, another dig, and here it's going to come to the other side to Dela Cruz. But on the other side, Spack to Charlton. But we get some good rallying back and forth here as we now get Jhajj just putting it over. There goes McLaughlin to Spack. Here comes Girard, but there's the wall again of Jhajj and Adams. The second straight play, but it's going to be just out of bounds there, though. So with that out of bounds block, we're actually going to see the point over to the Mountaineers, and we're now going to see McFadden setting up for a second serve here. Another massive serve there, but a good dig out on the other side, and a great defensive block from Charlton. But now Jhajj is forced to put it over here. So McFadden to Spack to McLaughlin, but a good block there from Adams. He's really showing off his defense here. But Delguidice finds the open court, and he puts that pass to libero Butcherietti. And Delguidice showcasing exactly why he's a second-team All-Star. Oh, yeah.
Wow.
Soaring like a hawk, truly, right there. But now we have a little bit of a break and play. But McFadden gonna get this serve up and over here as the refs just chatted quickly. But there's Lasala. And now here's Jhajj, and Jhajj gonna get that one off the deflection. Will be point to the Bruins. And again in this third set, back and forth play here. But now we're gonna see Dela Cruz setting it up for serve here.
Oh, cheeky play by Mohawk.
An easy point there, and they'll take those, I'm sure. Actually,
Sheridan, Nick.
The violation, you got to watch your feet when you land. If you land on the opponent's side, especially if you're under the net, it's going to be an easy one for the refs to call. And right there now, Dela Cruz puts it up. But let's see if Girard, and with that, they're going to actually call a violation on the other side now for the Bruins, and it's going to be loss of serve for the Bruins and point over to the Mountaineers.
Spack to serve. 500, over 500 assists
Spack
on the season so far. He's been doing quite well, hasn't he?
To say the least, and a big one there for Adams, as these Bruins really fighting hard here in this third set, not going down easy.
Adams, one of the only veterans here for Sheridan. 4th year.
But Adams gets it up as Girard mishits that one, forcing McGurd to kind of just put it towards the net. But Delguidice does get it over here. Gonna come back to Lasala. And Lasala with another one there. Gonna actually confuse Girard on that one, and Girard with the mishit.
In comes Big Paul Wagner, number 18 for Mohawk.
6'4" Wagner, second-year player, local boy out of Hamilton. Let's see here if he can become that difference maker up the middle. And there comes McLaughlin. Oh. And that's how you kill momentum right there. McLaughlin with a big point, and now setting up for serve here on the Mountaineers side. You see the lead here, a slim one for the Bruins at 10-9. McLaughlin gets it over. Dela Cruz getting it to Kong, and here's Kong to Lasala, and that's going to land in, and it's going to be a big point for the Bruins as they cut into that service game again, as the Mountaineers not able to find any consecutive service games here. And you have to give a good testament to the skill on the defensive side of the Bruins here in this third set, really forcing these Mountaineers to play tough. And they're just going to put that over. A surprising hit there, but Dela Cruz does take that, and Dela Cruz right back the other way, and going to actually get the kill there as Big Paul Wagner found the first dig, but Girard not able to get the second. Now we're going to see Jhajj set it up for serve again here as the Sheridan Bruins have jumped out to a lead again in this third set, 12-9. There's Girard, Spack, Delguidice, and is it in? It's in, and a big one there for Delguidice as he's finding those corners.
In, doesn't he?
He's definitely finding those corners here. Maybe we need to start flipping it to the other side. If you're a Mountaineers fan and if you're a Bruins fan, you said, please don't. Let's leave Delguidice alone. But 12-10 here still for these Bruins.
Big Paul Wagner to serve.
Nice and easy for Wagner up and over. Dela Cruz with a miss hit, but we're still going to see the Bruins corral that. And with the deflection, it's going to be the point again here for the Bruins as they take this service game right back. And now we're going to see Lasala setting up for serve. Lasala actually doing very well for serve for his Bruins here, but now we're going to see Spack set it up to Delguidice. And there you have it. Spack to Delguidice seems to be the connection working tonight. Of course, can't forget Spack and McFadden up the middle there, but Delguidice, one of the outside hitters on the right side, really finding success here tonight.
Too early to say player of the game?
We're getting there. We're getting close. We'll mark it down for Connor's player of the game here so far. But some good defensive plays back and forth. Uh-oh. Got to watch out for the wall. And they're not going to be able to get that one back, but a great defensive attempt from the Mountaineers.
I don't think I've ever seen a ball go that high in this gym, Nick.
They were all flying towards the wall. They're not going to lie. My heart stopped a bit there for Matt McGurr, but he was able to hit it and stop his momentum just in time before the wall. But with that big point for the Bruins here, they're maintaining this 3-point lead as Ross gets this serve over. And there's Spack, and a big block up front, but did it roll out of bounds? And it did just roll out of bounds there off Adams. And McFadden there going to get that point, and now we're going to see Girard setting it up here as these Mountaineers. Let's see if they can feed off the energy of this crowd. Girard with the big serve, and going to be the unforced error there. Exactly what you want to see if you're the Bruins. And now a 15-12 lead.
Being able to keep on the lead here.
They actually are showing that maybe, just maybe, this could be a longer game than we're thinking. But perhaps Nathan Delguidice has some plans later.
Always finds those corners, doesn't he?
Because he put that one down, and he's playing like a demon out there who wants this one done in straight sets.
Lasers to those corners.
And a big one there. Now we're going to see Tonin set it up for serve. As we mentioned earlier, Tonin's coming back from that concussion earlier in the year. But here we go now on the other side, McLaughlin, but a good dig out there. And Jhajj tried to go through the net on that one. And you can see Matt Schnarr commending the effort of the Bruins. And that's what you want to see from an opposing coach. Because at the end of the day, this is collegiate sports. And it's nice when you can see some camaraderie, even though we are in the OCAA championships. And Schnarr, a player himself, former All-Star, you know, he loves when he sees that. But on the other side there, Adam's going to hit it right into the net. And with that air, we're now going to see the Mountaineers tie this game back up here as they're finally finding some momentum in this third set. And Tonin here with his third straight set service here. His service attempt is up. Dug out from Bucciarietti. On the other side, there comes another dig on the Mountaineers side for Girard. And here comes Tonin as Spack gets helped up from his coach. But here comes Jhajj, and that's going to go out of bounds there. And with that deflection off Spack, it's going to be a big point here for the Bruins as they do get this lead back here now. 16-15, Dela Cruz looking to set up for serve. Here comes Christian Dela Cruz, nice and easy to McGurr to Spack, and Spack with the smart move. We haven't seen that enough, I don't think, tonight.
No, when you're a team full of power like Mohawk, it's always good when you can sneak those ones in there.
Especially when you can almost literally see the Bruins players getting low to anticipate the kill attempt coming up. But on the other side, we're going to see a nice dig there from McGurr. And somehow it's going to land in. McLaughlin finding the perfect angle literally on that. Schnarr getting excited for his team here.
He's great to watch.
You just saw him roll through the screen there, screaming at his bench, probably using words again we're not allowed to use ourselves. But just like that though, loss of serve. It's going to see the point go over to the Bruins, and we're going to see Adams setting it up here on the end line. And we have an exciting 17-17 tie game in this third set. There goes Girard, Spack. Here comes Delguidice, just a quick easy one though. Now on the other side, they're going to find Jhajj, and a big one for Jhajj with the deflection. And yes, off the Mohawk player. It's going to be a big point here now to the Bruins, as again, they have this lead here, 18-17. But there Adams gets it up. Girard with a nice dig there to Spack. Here comes McLaughlin. But on the back line, Cruz able to find that, and they're going to get it over thanks to some good effort there from Kong and Cruz. Wow, and this one going to
Guess who? Guess who?
Yep, big boy over there.
Delguidice has been on fire.
Like I said, I think he has some plans later because he wants this one to end early here. But we're going to see McLaughlin, the all-Canadian star here. And now a quick one on the other side there as Ross takes advantage of that easy volley, but not going to matter here as a great dig on the back line for the Mountaineers. Going to lead to a big point here, and now they take this lead back 19-18, and we're going to check that replay again. Everyone in this stadium outside of Bruins fans were amped up, as you can check on that one. Boom, getting that down. And boom, as you can hear, some excitement continuing as we dig right back into the game. Another big point there, and we're going to see a timeout on the Bruins side. And with that big point on that last one, now the Mountaineers up 20-18 late in this third set as they look to push this for a straight set win here at D-Bark.
They have been spectacular, haven't they?
They have, but we have to commend Christian Dela Cruz and Parvir Jhajj on the Bruins side, really playing like a team that wasn't 9-9 on the year. In my opinion, if they played this well against some of the other teams earlier, they could easily be looking at themselves in the next round. But sometimes luck of the draw is a big part of tournaments, and that's what we've seen here. Maybe luck of the draw if you're a Mountaineers fan, not so lucky if you're a Bruins fan.
This Bruins team, though, definitely want to look out for in the next couple of years. As we said, 7 rookies.
Yeah, you definitely touched upon a good fact there. And a young coach, too, Frank Pinto. Only a second-year coach, so you know he's going to definitely have the opportunity to grow with some of these players. And at the same time, maybe figure out some techniques. Personally, if I'm Pinto, I'm going to be meeting up with Schnarr after this game and asking for some tips, just because 9-year head coach Matt Schnarr, former player, definitely knows how to motivate his team here.
He gets fired up, doesn't he?
To say the least.
He's an entertaining coach to watch.
But out of this timeout, let's see if McLaughlin can maintain this momentum for the Mountaineers. Looks like we weren't ready yet, actually. Technically, the music was still running there. So because of that, we're going to actually see a reset. Mountaineers not going to lose serve, though, so they're basically just going to reset as McLaughlin gets the serve up and over. And, ooh, I wonder if that first play there potentially added a bit of a...
Got his head a little bit.
Little wrench in the wheel there, it seems, for McLaughlin, as now that unforced error going to lead it back to the Bruins here with an attempt from Jhajj and a chance to tie it up again late in this third set. But let's see if Delguidice can get up there, and he does. And the deflection going into the statistician bench over there. Goodness, that was a big one.
I need to know how many kills he has on the night, because he has been spectacular.
I want to know how many times the Mountaineers have made us dodge volleyballs back here with their high-flying antics tonight. But up 21-19 here late in this third set. We're going to see Charlton with his usual routine, setting up for serve here. Now Jhajj, Kong, Lasala, but a good dig from Girard, and here's Spack. Back to Delguidice, but a big block, but going to be just out of bounds there. Delguidice, I think, has half the Mohawk points in this set, and a big timeout here for the Bruins as these Mountaineers are coming in amped up into their bench as they can see the end in sight, up 22-19 here.
Delguidice, McFadden, those two have been great, haven't they?
To say the least. But we just want to highlight Trevor McLaughlin quickly here, as we touched upon early on, the OCAA Men's Volleyball Player of the Year. He is Mohawk's all-time leader in kills as well. He averaged 4.1 points per set this year. And the biggest thing, though, he totaled 164 kills and 16 blocks, and he put all this together for a team-high 206 points.
That's not bad. Not bad at all.
And that's why he's a first-team All-Star and an All-Canadian star as well.
Good-looking kid, too, Nick. Good-looking kid.
But now on the other side, we're going to be coming out of this timeout with some crunch time for these Mountaineers, and perhaps even crunchier time to get a little for the Bruins, because 22-19, if they don't come out of this timeout and get this first point, I think we're looking at a straight set victory here for the Mountaineers. What do you think, Connor?
100%, Nick.
Charlton again with his usual setup.
Look at the lineup for Mohawk. It is unreal.
Took me a while to actually get used to Charlton's slow setup as a lot of the Mountaineers go for a quick serve. But a great dig on the back line for Spack. Gonna get it to McLaughlin. Here's McLaughlin, and McLaughlin putting that down for a big point there. Looks like he may have hurt his hand on that one though. And that's something you don't want to see if you're Matt Schnarr. Hopefully he can shake that one off here with the Mountaineers up 23-19 and Charlton setting up for serve here again. McLaughlin explaining to Spack that it looks like he jammed his wrist a little bit there. But now here we're going to get right back into it, but a big play. Somehow that counts. It looked like a lift for the Mountaineers, but it's going to count. And the Bruins on the other side get it to Lasala, but a good block there, and here comes Spack. Charlton, Delguidice, and there you have a big point there, and that's going to set up set and match point here for the Mountaineers in the D-Bark, 24-19 now.
I don't think it was too early to say player of the game. He has been something else.
See, I'm usually the jinx, Connor. You're turning out to be the promoter. So it seems that your predictions are coming true here. But set and match point here. Dela Cruz, Kong, getting it over, but a good dig on the back from McLaughlin, getting it to Spack. Here's Delguidice, forcing that one down, but somehow the volley coming back from Lasala, but here comes Spack to Delguidice again, and we're gonna get a violation there on Delguidice.
That's a shame.
This
that
crowd,
was looking good. They're getting wild up. Everybody's on their feet.
Everyone is standing here. I thought that was gonna go down. Let's see if the Bruins can somehow combat this loud arena here. This gym is amped
listen
up.
to this. They're getting wild up.
Goodness gracious, here we go. Set and match point again. Here comes Spack. Delguidice. He snuck that in, and there you have it.
Of course.
Delguidice.
What a game.
Putting that down for the big final kill. Mohawk taking that third set 25-20, and now they've taken the straight set victory, and they're going to find themselves facing the undefeated Georgian Grizzlies
That's
tomorrow.
the best game I've seen Delguidice play all year.
So make sure you tune in tomorrow at 8 p.m. You're going to find the Georgian Grizzlies facing off against the Mohawk Mountaineers. But at 6 p.m., you're also going to see the earlier game, which is going to see Durham and Fanshawe facing off. And then earlier in the day at 1 and 3, you'll see the losers from the first couple of games, George Brown playing Redeemer, and then Humber playing Sheridan.
Who do you got for player of the game, Nick?
I'm going to have to steal your thunder here, Connor, and I'm going to have to say Delguidice on the Mountaineers side.
What about for Sheridan? Dela Cruz?
Honestly, without Dela Cruz, I don't think this team is even close the way it was in these last couple sets.
It was not.
Lasala, actually, a bit of a surprise there, but Lasala.
Another rookie for Sheridan. He did have a great game, Nick.
I was going to say on the left side, the outside hitter coming through with some big points there. And again, these last couple of sets looking a lot closer here, 25-20, 25-21.
Oh, no surprise.
But there you have it. Big Nathan Delguidice taking the player of the game. Number 11 here for the Mohawk Mountaineers. And again, Nathan Delguidice, the second-year player from Cochrane. 6'6", having himself quite the game here tonight. And these Mountaineers continuing their winning streak now. 7 straight games here. And as mentioned, they're going to have a big one tomorrow night now, facing off against Georgian Grizzlies to try and make their way into that final. But a good matchup here and a great day of coverage. Connor, what was your favorite part from today?
Delguidice. He was getting up there. He was hammering those in. They're staying inside. It was beautiful. What a sight to see.
I'm going to have to actually surprise maybe some fans here watching. I'm going to have to give it to number 9, Alex Gibbs from Humber, the Wolverine lookalike. He was Wolverining it up out there.
Those socks.
And using the Powerpuff power as well. Powerpuff Girls socks, but
he did look
honestly,
good today.
If he was on any of these other teams, I think you're looking at a straight set victory for them. If I'm one of these teams, I'm thinking, is there a way we can get him onto ours in the future?
And he's only a second-year player too as well, Nick. He potentially has got a few more years there.
But you'll see Matt Schnarr shaking the hands there, and Schnarr has mentioned this is his final year as head coach for the men's side, so you know every win is a big one, and every game on the D-Bark court could potentially be his last one as well.
I love watching him coach, Nick. He gets fired up, motivates me to play volleyball.
But yep, we've had, again, an incredible game of matchups. Just to recap, we had Fanshawe taking the first one in straight sets over George Brown. We had Durham taking a tough 5-setter there against Redeemer, who jumped out in the first couple sets.
That was a great game. Great game.
Back and forth, back and forth. And then, of course, Georgian College, a tough one with Humber, and now the Mountaineers taking the big win here. This has been your 2017 OCAA Championships presented by belairdirect.
It's been a good one. I think Ryla's getting an interview with Delguidice. That'll be an exciting one to watch because he was on fire today. I want to hear what he has to say.
Yeah, definitely. And we do have Ryla with Delguidice, as you mentioned, Connor. So what do you have for us over there, Ryla?
That was fantastic. Congratulations on that win. How do you feel after that game?
It was a great game, man. We came out prepared. We just had a lot of emotions coming into the game, raw emotions. We knew that we had this game from the start of the season. It was the one game we had, and we came out prepared.
Yeah, that was absolutely amazing. How do you feel going into your game tomorrow night against Georgian, seeing that they're undefeated?
This is a huge confidence booster. We came out hard. Tomorrow we're going to come out hard again. We're just going to take it to them and see what we can do.
Yeah, congratulations on this season. You did an absolutely amazing job. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Well, thank you very much for that, Ryla. Nathan Delguidice, quite the big player here for the Mohawk Mountaineers, but thank you very much for tuning again to M-Link. I've been Nick Sahami bringing you these 2017 OCAA Championships. Big win from the Mountaineers, but make sure you tune in tomorrow. We got a full slate of games again, 1, 3, 6, and 8. And again, I'm Nick Sahami.
I'm Connor McVeigh.
Have a great night, everyone.